It's so lovely, don't you know, love, to watch the sun go to you, to brighten up your world. Greet you.
And I got the opportunity to do a residency in Panama, in the San Blas Islands, with an organization called La Cern, and to work with the community there. I have a background with scuba diving and snorkeling, and so the water is just a very important and special thing that I am sadly never around enough. Like, I live in a polluted city most of my life and near water, but it's not always safe or nice to get into. I'm surrounded by villages on islands and surrounded by a culture that is not producing pollution, and then you get into these issues where garbage and stuff would wash up from other places into these places. I was living with a good friend of mine who's a photographer. He helped me look up like a small dome that you could put a GoPro in, and with this I'm able to focus simultaneously above water and underwater. I was working with other artists, so I try to film stuff they did from underwater, if they were doing sculptures on land and stuff too, and just people and fun and life and nature as well. And I haven't fully followed through with getting that work out in a cataloged, or even haven't purely exhibited it yet or anything like that. Any opportunity I have, it could be raining outside and there could be sewers and I could put a camera in there. Like, I just find ways of seeing things, and then you're also seeing things from this kind of below nature perspective too, working with all kind of lighting. And then I was able to work with it at nighttime. Then I brought it to different oceans, swimming pools, streams, glacial pools. Like, making sure I was tying better knots and designing sculptures that were really, even if they popped, pieces wouldn't go anywhere. After a storm, parts of these islands I would just get overwhelmed with plastic, with garbage. I started making like land sculptures that I could film from underwater, so I could show this kind of awful extremity of how clean, gorgeous, and pristine this nature is, and then what was getting toppled on top of it. Sadly, it was kind of a very dystopian and like desperate documentation of pollution. I was born in Manhattan. I'm more comfortable with trash and garbage than I am with nature. Like, that was a creepy realization. I have a background with a beautiful collaborative project with my friend Adi Somek. He's been doing inflatable balloon art since I met him. I met him in the late 90s, and he was doing amazing stuff. And then over the years, we started to collaborate where, with my background with painting, I would like spray paint his sculptures, and we'd start making like collaborative characters together, and that became a whole thing. And then when I spent enough time around him, he's extremely generous, and he saw my interests and saw my own vision and stuff, and he would just help get me like the most incredible balloons or stuff, or teach me. Then I had my own kind of language that was been developing with that, like lights inside water, inside balloons, balloons inside balloons, balloons underwater, floating balloons. I wanted to bring that into that environment and showcase this kind of whole other, like, alien-looking life forms. I got to just immerse myself in working in this kind of like my own strange nature, actual nature, and just polluted nature.